Russia and what happened there with the terror attack by ISIS-K, people have made some parallels. They said, look, there's a massive terror attack on the heart of Russia in Moscow, 130 people brutally murdered. Putin and the Kremlin know where these terrorists came from, in a specific area. Would it be logical, given the way that Israel responded to the Hamas attack on October the 7th, for Putin to go and do the same thing that Israel's done in Gaza to the area where these terrorists came from?
I mean, so first of all, Putin has done that historically many times over, whether you're talking about Chechnya or whether you're talking about other areas. And nobody seemed to bat an eyelash when it was Vladimir Putin doing that. So I'll first point that out. Second of all,
if you like Ben Shapiro, I'm pretty sure you missed this point, so I want to clarify the question. The question asked is, would it be logical for Putin to go after wherever the terrorists that orchestrated this attack, because he knows who they are, would it be logical for him to go after them, go to that area and go after them in the same way that Israel is going after Hamas in the Gaza Strip? That's the answer. That's the question. Would it be logical for Putin to go after them in the same way Israel is going after Hamas? Now, if Ben Shapiro was an honest man and had integrity, and actually the stuff he's saying actually had meaning, right, that would be an easy question. The answer would be absolutely yes. He wouldn't be hiding from the thing that he supports, right? He supports what Israel is doing. So why all this, they've done it before. Okay. I mean, if you want to talk about your feelings about them doing it before, then feel free to do so. So when they did it before, was it logical, right? He's asking you, if they do it now, is it logical? You want to say he did it before? Okay, fine. So was it logical then? Or would it be logical now? Either way, answer as to the logic of them doing the same thing that Israel is doing. Like, why are you playing games? Then the next thing he says is, then the next response is, when he did it before, no one seemed to care. We don't care that no one seemed to care when he did it before, because that is not the question being asked. You're being asked the question, why is it so difficult to answer the question? Ben Shapiro is a very intelligent guy, very well spoken. This guy is a former attorney, right? So he knows how to communicate. So why is he first, he's done it before. Second, when he did it before, nobody seemed to care. When the question is, would it be logical for him to do the same thing that Israel's doing? Why is he running away from simply saying, yes, absolutely. Russia has a right to defend itself, right? And if people get hurt or whatever, I mean, they didn't ask him all that. Just simply say yes. I think it's totally logical if Russia goes and does that. If he wants to add the other caveats, fine. I think yes, Russia, it would be logical for them to go and do that. And by the way, they've done it before. And by the way, when they did it before, no one said anything about it, right? And also, I don't think they would even do that. Notice how I was able to directly answer the question, but also add all the extra stuff that he wants to say. So it's not that he didn't answer the question because he wanted to say that stuff. He said that stuff because he didn't want to answer the question, right? Because nowhere in there was an answer to the question. Would it be logical? Would it not be logical? But of course, if you're an apologist, you like Ben Shapiro, you're going to find an excuse. You're going to say, well, if he said that, then they're going to blah, blah, blah. Come on, man. Are you suggesting that Ben Shapiro, the master debater Ben Shapiro, couldn't handle whatever Piers was going to say when he says, yes, it's logical? Right? So he says, yes, it's logical. Then Piers says, well, you support genocide. And he would say the same thing he says about Israel. It's not genocide. It wouldn't be genocide. It would be them defending themselves. The same arguments that he's been making all along, he would make them in defense of Russia. If he had any integrity whatsoever. If he was not just a liar propagandist. Think about it.
I mean, so first of all, Putin has done that historically many times over, whether you're talking about Chechnya or whether you're talking about other areas. And nobody seemed to bat an eyelash when it was Vladimir Putin doing that. So I'll first point that out. Second of all, I don't see the international pressure to give ISIS-K or its allies a state in the aftermath of a mass terror attack. I don't see a lot of calls for Putin to act with tremendous restraint in the aftermath of that terror attack. And frankly, I think it's very unlikely that Putin is going to do anything like rooting out ISIS-K in the area in Tajikistan or wherever else these people are coming from. He seems more focused on trying to misdirect this terror attack into an attack on Ukraine, which is, I think, pretty disgusting.
Yeah, I mean,
this is why I say that Ben Shapiro is one of the best propagandists we have in this country. He is really, really good at what he does. You see that little bomb that he dropped at the end? He says all that nonsense, deflecting and just changing the topic and talking about irrelevant things. Everything but the question asked. But then you want to leave a little decoy at the end, right? Little virtue signal, little I'm reasonable. So at the end, he says, Putin's trying to deflect to Ukraine. And then he says, which is disgusting. So not only does he point out this thing that Putin's doing, but he puts a strong word on it, his disgust of what Putin is doing. Now, the people who don't like Ben Shapiro would associate him with a group of people who sometimes seem to be a little bit pro-Putin. At least that's the talking point, right? That's what they say. These guys are pro-Putin. Look at how, you know, they're behind Trump, and Trump seems like he's authoritarian. I can't say that word. You know, and he's representing that tribe, right? So for him at the end to say that Putin is doing something disgusting, and also it's also a virtue signal on people who are you know, supporting Ukraine, right? Again, a typical person who doesn't like Ben Shapiro probably supports Ukraine. So for him to be saying that Russia, who's their bad guy, is doing something, in his words, disgusting to Ukraine that they support, that's kind of a diffusing, you know, it's kind of like, oh my goodness, look at him. He doesn't want to answer the question, or however they would respond to him. You know, they probably would see the hypocrisy, right? They probably believe that there's a genocide happening, and they were like glad that you know, Pierce asked that question, and then seeing him not answer the question, like, oh my goodness. But at the end, he says, you know, oh, poor Ukraine, this disgusting Russia. So it's kind of like, yeah, it kind of muddies things up. Like, you want to be mad at him. Ben Shapiro, yeah, Putin is disgusting, going after poor Ukraine. Well done, Ben Shapiro. Well done. Master class in propaganda. This is the Debate Me channel. Debate me in the comment section below. Click on the like button, subscribe, smash that bell. Be well.